It was a wild battle of the bricks Wednesday night in Oxford, but Miami comes out 30-28. This week on the road, the RedHawks will take on the West-leading Northern Illinois Huskies. Head coach Chuck Martin joins me to talk about both games next, right here on RedHawk Football Weekly. This is RedHawk Football Weekly. Brought to you by G&J Pepsi-Cola of Hamilton, refreshing Southwestern Ohio since 1939. By Koenig Equipment, found online at KoenigEquipment.com. By Marathon, fueling the American spirit. By Bud Light, reminding you to enjoy responsibly among friends. Steve Baker talks with Miami head football coach Chuck Martin after this on RedHawk Football Weekly.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Mercy Health. Healthcare for the universe of you.
Pizza with Pepsi. Delicious.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome into RedHawk Football Weekly. I'm Steve Baker, the voice of the RedHawks. A big win for the Miami RedHawks on Wednesday night against the Ohio University Bobcats. 30-28 victory in the Battle of the Bricks. Joining me, head coach Chuck Martin. And Coach, you go into that game every year knowing it's a rivalry game. It's probably the maybe the biggest game on the season next to UC, and it's been a tough go over the last several years, but you finally get over the hump and get a big win at home.
Yeah, obviously excited. Get to 4-2 in the league, get to 4-1 against MAC East opponents. Sets up a huge game with Northern Illinois, and obviously great hard-fought victory against a really good team that came in here smoking and really hot and averaging 51 points a game in the last 4 games and playing really good football.
You go into that game, and again, almost 54 points a game over the last 3 games, and the defense, they score first, and they go up 7-0, but after that, the defense settled down, did a great job on the Bobcats.
Yeah, obviously they need to bounce back after we had a bad game early in the year against Western Michigan and bounce back immediately the following week. Knew going in how potent OU's offense has been all year, how difficult, and really no one slowed them down. Even early in the year, when they weren't playing as good a defense, they were still scoring points at an alarming rate. So kids really fought hard for 4 quarters. Every stop was tough. There was no easy stops. It's never like we were dominating their offense or felt like it was just fighting, scratch, and claw and try to get out the field. The big key, much better on 3rd down than we've been in the previous week against Buffalo. We got them to 3rd and 6 plus 7. We stopped 8 out of 9 third downs, 3rd and longs throughout the middle of the game, which was key to keeping our lead.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you about that because the 3rd down has always been the problem this season when you take a look at it, and it was so much better this week. You got pressure on the quarterback, and aside from A.J. Olette, did a great job on the run game. Yeah,
and again, the 3 facets: their run game's their quarterback, their tailback, and then they have their passing game, like we said in the press conference. We did a really nice job on their quarterback, 13 carries for 16 yards, a guy that's been averaging over 10 yards a carry for the season. He's their big play guy on their offense.
Right.
We did a really good job in the passing game against Poppy and the boys. They got a really good receiving core that's hurt people all year. We didn't do a great job against their tailback. Their tailback ran the ball pretty effectively the whole night, but we stopped 2 of the 3 phases of their big play offense, and that was good enough to get us a victory.
Let's take a look at the highlights of that first half. I mentioned Ohio scored first. They're up 7-0. Miami's first possession, they get it back and go right to work. This is Andrew Homer for 33.
Yeah, probably the biggest play of the football game in my mind. We're 3rd and 4 on the first drive. We're down 7-0. If we don't convert there, OU's going to get the ball back with a lot of momentum. Really nice design play. Obviously, we get Homer wide open. Good throw by Gus, good catch, good job by Andrew heading towards the end zone, setting up on a short field now.
He threw it well all night long, and you see here he's going to find Luke Mayock for 17.
Yeah, really nice job. Again, 3rd and 11. We're going to have to probably settle for a field goal attempt. 2 huge 3rd downs in the first game, and when we need it, we didn't want to put our defense back out there down 7-0.
I think the receivers all night long and even the running backs just wouldn't go down on the first hit, and not even touched here is Alonzo Smith.
Yeah. Again, very physical game. We know every OU game, we're a physical team, they're a physical team. Both teams know coming in. Really nice job up front, offensive line, tight ends. Easy one for Zoe here. Zoe had a lot of hard yards in this game. These were a few of his easy ones.
It would end 7-7 at the first quarter, but just before the end of the first quarter, the defense again getting pressure on Nathan Rourke, making him uncomfortable.
Yeah, coverage sack here. Quinn just keeps coming. He actually had a ton of time on this play, as you'll see. He's back there bouncing. But great coverage downfield, get a coverage sack, and Quinn keeps coming and finishes the deal, which if we can cover for a little while, Quinn will get home.
And you take that ball and go right down the field once again. Alonzo Smith, second 6-yard run in a row here again on third down.
Yeah, nice, easy conversion. Physical, getting some movement up front, as you'll see. Zoe has a nice hole here on 3rd and 1, and obviously a lot of yards after contact for Zoe.
And right after that, the next series of downs, another 3rd down and 5, and Jack Sorensen makes a big catch.
Yep, another 3rd down conversion. It's 7-7, 12 minutes going the second. Now we're down inside their 30-yard line.
And from there, one of the best runs all season long for Kenny Young. I just love this run. As you take a look at the pass to Sorensen one more time. But Kenny Young from the Ohio 16 on 2nd down will get there.
Yeah, first another completion to Jack.
Jack, excuse me.
One-on-one matchup outside. Really nice throw by Gus. Good job by Jack holding his line. You'll see a good release here. He gets the DB running. We throw the ball in a good spot, fights off a little bit of a hold there and makes a catch.
And here's the run by Kenny Young. And again, had to run 22 to get 16, but he got there.
Yeah, ran the play. They hit us with the corner blitz. The corner's unblocked. And Kenny turns what could be an easy tackle for loss into a 16-yard touchdown. As you say, gives a little ground. Dips, you see him right there, dip out, run the corner. Good job downfield by Becker. Good job downfield by Don Robinson. And great job by Kenny finishing it off.
Hits the pylon, and Miami is up 14-7. Ohio goes 3 and out, and then right back up the field is Jalen Bester, his best run.
Yeah, fantastic play. Jalen's been playing fantastic football the last 4 weeks. Really starting the Army game. You saw his confidence grow, and he has been lights out returning. He's been lights out on offense. Runs right by their middle linebacker, beats 2 DBs, turns on, and then finishes a run against a great safety in our league.
Next up, Kenny Young, and this pass was here all night long. Great throw by Gus and better catch by Kenny.
Yeah, good job on third. No, that was second. That was actually 1st and 10. So good job again, getting Kenny open in the flat. Good throw by Gus. Kenny really makes a nice catch. It wasn't the easiest catch of the day, but makes it look easy.
And then right after that, 1st and 10 from the Ohio 12. Luke Mayock catches one in the end zone.
Again, good job getting outside, getting vertical, holding his line, not getting held up at the line of scrimmage. Gus puts it in a good spot, lets a 6'4 receiver be 6'4. But again, really good release by Luke, really good throw by Gus. Gets the DB in a compromised position, outfights him for the ball, and now we're up 21-7.
Up 21-7, and another look at it here, and yeah, just beautiful throw over the back shoulder. Luke was the only one that was going to catch that pass. Next Ohio possession, the defense gets the ball back for you.
Again, series of stops in a row. Nice completion here by OU. You don't give up on the play. Once again, Brad Koenig coming out of nowhere, forcing a fumble before he hits the ground. Miles Reed scoops it up, and at 21-7, huge play. And again, Koenig doing it week after week after week. You'll see him here just not giving up on a pass completion. It should be a nice gain for OU, but it ends up being a turnover for us.
And from there, Miami again going right back down the field. Gus Ragland finds Nate Becker.
Yeah, good job finding Nate in the seam. Our tight end's been opening the seams pretty much the whole season. Nate goes down, a little bit of low throw. Nate goes down and makes a really nice catch here. Gus is looking outside, then comes back down the middle. In a nice throw and strike, we got the ball at the 29.
2nd down and 10 from the Ohio 29, and Kenny Young takes one for 21 yards.
Yeah, another nice throw and catch on a short route. Then Kenny and Jack Sorensen have been so good this year, taking that pass and turning it into extra yards after contact. He makes the first guy miss, ends up a little 3-yard pass, turns into almost a 20-yard gain.
And again, this is one of those passes that I mentioned was there most of the night, and Kenny eludes tacklers. And from there, 2nd and goal from the Ohio 8, and Alonzo Smith gets his 2nd touchdown run.
Yeah, again, really, really nice hole, really good push up inside, really good job on the perimeter block, and then obviously Zoe so good at yards after contact. You see right here, nice opening for Zoe, but he's going to get hit about the 4-yard line, and he's going to push and keep his legs churning and get the ball into the end zone for a touchdown.
Super strong run by Alonzo Smith. 28-7 is the score at halftime, and Gus Ragland had nearly a perfect first half for you. I mean, he was just dead on the passing game.
Yeah, and our offense has been rolling. You had the first half OU, you're talking 6.5 straight weeks of crazy efficient offense, and we're running the ball efficiently, we're throwing the ball efficiently. Gus is making all those decisions for us. He's putting the ball to the open guy. You see so many passes on our tape to the open guy. Well, not everybody's open on those plays.
Right.
He's reading the coverage and getting the ball, so he's throwing the ball super accurately. He's running good. So he's been the leader of an offense that's been really, really playing great football.
And they played very good in that first half against Ohio. 28-7 was the score at half. We'll come back, recap the second half when we return on Red Hawk Football Weekly.
On a forbidden Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, we can't.
But Julia,
We're rivals.
I can love you and still hate your overrated school.
We have two different defensive philosophies. You're a base 4-3 cover 2, and I'm an
Aggressive 3-4 with press coverage, I get it. But we both love Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Ramon.
Touchdown, State!
Yes! Into your face!
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Came through drippin', came through drippin', came through drippin', diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
This segment of Red Hawk Football Weekly is brought to you by Courtyard Marriott Hamilton, conveniently located just miles from Miami University. Welcome back into Red Hawk Football Weekly. I'm Steve Baker, the voice of the Red Hawks, talking with head coach Chuck Martin about Miami's 30-28 victory over the Ohio University Bobcats this past Wednesday in the annual Battle of the Bricks contest. And coach, up 28-7 at the half, you go to the locker room and everybody in the stadium knows Ohio is not going away. And you have to kind of sell that fact to your team, I'm sure, as you know, they know it, but again, you have to kind of reinforce that, I guess, in the locker room.
Yeah, we've been playing pretty good football. Our kids knew OU's a really good football team. We knew coming in. Just like we talk about us, whenever we're down, we're not going away. We've proved that time and time again. And college football points can be sorted so quickly. They're averaging 51 points. Their offense, their starting offense, probably averaging 35 points a game in the first half the last 4 weeks. So they can score. We know they can score crazy quick. And OU's got a lot of pride, and they're going to come out swinging.
Yeah, for your team, again, you get the ball in that second half. You don't score on that initial drive, but you get things kind of going, and not even a mistake, an interception, good play, and then a bad snap on a fumble or a bad snap on a punt, and really two plays that your defense was still taking care of Ohio. Only gave up one touchdown in the second half.
Yeah, defense continued to play well. Our offense for the first time in 6.5 weeks wasn't very efficient.
Right.
And it wasn't anything different. It was the first drive we go out there, we drop 2 passes. Okay, well, we haven't dropped any passes in weeks. Kenny drops one, Mayak drops one. Yeah. That's, we had a chance to move the ball. Second drive, we put together a fantastic drive. We're going to watch part of it coming up. We got the ball pinned down at our 1-yard line. We push the ball out. We got first down on their half the midfield. We go on a 6-minute drive, which when you're up 28-7 on a 6, and then we throw the interception. And obviously, great play. Great play by the linebacker on OU. We always give credit where credit's deserved. But we got to feel and we got to make a little better throw there. We can't put the ball where he can get his hand on it. Right. And that obviously sets them up on a short field. But like we talked, our defense kept playing well. They did drive down, score 28-14. We're still fine. Yeah. Next series, we get to 3rd and 2.5, and then we have an illegal procedure penalty. And again, things that we haven't been doing, just not playing. Wasn't like we didn't get to 3rd and 2. We were in a good position, and then we get to 3rd and 7, and we don't get the first down, and then we have the punt, and all of a sudden it's 28-21 with 9 minutes to go in the football game.
Yeah, let's take a look at those second half highlights. We'll start with that drive where Miami's pinned deep in their own territory. Alonzo Smith gets you out of trouble with a 10-yard run. Yeah,
again, really nice hole up front, and then really nice finish. Yards after contact was also. This is a really nice hole again. It's going to be a nice 4 or 5 yard game, but Zoe turns it into a 10, 12 yard game because they have a hard time tackling him.
Gives you a chance to go to the air from the 18, Gus to Kenny Young once again.
Yeah, really good job again. This is probably his 3rd or 4th option on this play. This play isn't designed to go to Kenny, but Gus making great decisions and finding the open guys, knowing what coverages they're in, not forcing the issue, and getting the ball to good players. And Kenny turns the corner. If they don't have a great safety there, it's probably a whole lot more.
You go right back to Kenny Young, this time on the run.
Yeah, another great run by Kenny. Really good hole up inside, but great finish. You talk about fighting off four or 5 tacklers And here you're rolling because you got the ball in the hole and your offense is clicking just like they were in the first half.
You get another look at the Kenny Young run here. You're faced with 3rd down and 3 at the Ohio 47, and Alonzo Smith goes over right guard for 6 yards here.
Yeah. Actually, here's a screen pass.
Screen pass.
This
that's
is right
the interception.
After, right after. So there's a screen pass. Great play by the guy in OU. They cut it to 28-14. Moving forward, they drive down. They got a chance to cut it to 28-17. Our defense gets a great stop. We defend Poppy twice in the red zone, trying to get the ball to Poppy, which is almost impossible to do. And then their kicker misses a field goal, which we're pretty appreciative of.
Absolutely. You get the ball back a little bit later on at the 20 after that missed field goal, and Alonzo Smith goes up the middle for 11.
Again, still running the ball effectively, still creating big holes up front, and Zoe's still doing what Zoe does, still lots of yards after contact.
And again, Alonzo Smith will get the carry here on 1st and 10 from the 31 and picks up 12 more.
Again, patient, finds the seam, finishes a run, back-to-back runs of 12 yards, and our offense is still clicking and still moving the football.
You see the run once again here by Alonzo Smith. That takes it down to the 43, but as you mentioned, Coach, this drive would stall out, and the special teams mistake here.
Yeah, and again, we've been so good on our punt team for multiple years, and we didn't have a great snap, and then we didn't handle it. Then we probably make a poor choice. We probably got to eat that one, but Kramer's trying to make a play. It's one of those things. He's trying to make a play and get us out of a jam. So he sidesteps the first couple guys. He thinks he has enough room to punt it. Obviously he didn't, but he's trying to make a play. So again, you got to go back out and play. And this is the next time our punt team goes back out there. It's 28-21. And we execute perfectly, and this isn't football, as we told kids, it's about life. You make a mistake, you got to go back out there, you got to keep competing, you can't worry about what just happened, you can't get down, you can't beat yourself up, you got to go back, and our punt team takes a big mistake and then creates the biggest play of the game right here.
And this is getting pressure on Nathan Rourke. There's Cam Butler. Doug Costin finishes him off in the back of the end zone, and a safety would be winding up the difference of the game. 30-21 at that point, and just a great play by your defense. Again, the punt pinning them back there set it up, but you see it here. Cam Butler initially thought he had the sack, and Rourke gets out of it, and then Doug Costin.
Yeah, Rourke's such a great player, and we've had a lot of athletic quarterbacks that we've competed against, and we had to compete our tail off against Rourke, and he didn't make it easy, but we stayed after him and made enough plays, and that's obviously a huge play and the difference in the game.
Yeah, and again, this defense took it on the chin last week against Buffalo, but really the deciding factor in this football game. But I just have to give them a lot of credit for the entire 60 minutes. I thought they, again, had their troubles with A.J. Ouellette, but really were a deciding factor in this football.
Yeah, no, they played their tails off. Obviously, the first drive was bad.
Yeah,
it went right through us. wasn't very settling for any of us. But after the first drive, they competed and really held the points down, created a turnover with Koenig, got the huge safety, and really did a great job against a quarterback that's been lethal against everybody all year.
30-28 was the final. Miami over Ohio. This week, Miami on the road Wednesday night to take on the Huskies of Northern Illinois. We'll talk about that game next here on RedHawk Football Weekly. This segment of RedHawk Football Weekly has been brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott Hamilton, conveniently located just miles from Miami University.
Of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, And when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Mercy Health. Healthcare for the universe of you.
On a forbidden Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, we can't.
But Julia,
We're rivals.
I can love you and still hate your overrated school.
We have two different defensive philosophies. You're a base 4-3 cover 2, and I'm an
aggressive 3-4 with press coverage. I get it. But we both love Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Ramon.
Touchdown, State!
Yes! In your face!
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Welcome back in our final segment of RedHawk Football Weekly. Miami on the road this Wednesday night as they'll take on the Huskies of Northern Illinois at Husky Stadium. An 8 o'clock kick will be on the air with the call for you at 7 o'clock on the Miami IMG Sports Network. And Coach, you talked in your press conference and in our post-game radio broadcast on Wednesday against Ohio. Northern, in your opinion, the best defense in the conference, and week in and week out, 6-0 in conference play, they prove it.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're same Northern team they've always been. Unbelievably running the football, unbelievably opportunistic throwing the football. They get you defending the run. They run the ball so effectively, and then they throw the ball over your head. And then they play great defense, and that's how they've been winning games in the league for a long time, and that's how they're 6-0 in the league again this year. And it doesn't matter who they've played, from Florida State to BYU to anybody in the league, no one's run the ball on them at all. And then they get you in 3rd and longs, and then they lead the league. I think they're up in the top 3 in the country in sacks, led by the Sutton kid, who's one of the best players in the country, not just the MAC. So they've got a great MAC football team, and they're playing really good football, and they dismantled a really good Toledo football team last weekend. So obviously we got a huge challenge ahead of us.
Yeah, this is a team that beat the Ohio Bobcats, obviously beat Toledo last week. They have put together a pretty good run. At 7-3, they're 6-0 in conference play. Your team, again, that defense played very well this week. The challenge is there for them, obviously, but the running game, Miami's going to have to find a way to. You're going to have to find a way to slow that down for the Huskies.
Yeah, if they get their running game going, they're almost impossible to beat. They churn out tons of time, and it sets up their pass game. Offense, obviously, we've been playing fantastic offensive football for the last 7 weeks and producing tons of points and yardage, and they're going to have their stiffest challenge of all season long. They're going up against a defense that doesn't yield points, doesn't yield first downs, tons of TFLs, tons of sacks, and tons of turnovers. So we got to protect the football. We got to find a way to carve out enough points to win a football game.
The Ohio game, we're talking in the press conference. This is we're always talking about injuries, but you come out of the Ohio game pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's the best game of the year. So we're physical game. Obviously, anybody watch the Ohio game was awesome. Physical game for 60 minutes nonstop. But we came out of it. We have our normal post game. You're sore the next day, but we came out of it without no long-term injuries, which is the first time in a long time. So hopefully keep that going in the last couple weeks.
Absolutely. Really quickly, obviously, you're looking step at a time over the last 2 games, still bowl eligible. What is the biggest keys against Northern Illinois to keep you there?
Well, biggest keys is we offensively got to find a way to move the ball and score points against a team that hasn't allowed anybody to do that, particularly in conference play. And then defensively, we got, they rushed for 296 yards the last 2 games in conference play. They ran for 296 2 weeks ago. They ran for 296 last week against Toledo. So we have to be able to try to slow down that run game, because once they get the run game going, they throw the ball over your head and score a lot of points.
Coach, best of luck.
Thanks.
Hey, Coach Chuck Martin joining us this week on RedHawk Football Weekly. Again, 8 o'clock kick at Husky Stadium in DeKalb on Wednesday night. On the air on the Miami IMG Sports Network at 7 p.m. Until then, Steve Baker for head coach Chuck Martin. Thanks for watching RedHawk Football Weekly.
This has been RedHawk Football Weekly, brought to you by G&J Pepsi-Cola of Hamilton, refreshing Southwestern Ohio since 1939. By Koenig Equipment, found online at KoenigEquipment.com. By Marathon, fueling the American spirit. By Bud Light, reminding you to enjoy responsibly among friends. RedHawk Football Weekly is a sports production of Miami University and IMG College.
Pizza with Pepsi. Delicious.
Pepsi's always had great taste. Today, try great taste with zero sugar. This is the Pepsi with zero compromises. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You are the center of a universe. That's what we've learned in 160 years serving our community. Everybody means the world to someone. So when you're in here, or if someday you find yourself in here, and when all you can think about is the world that revolves around you, we'll be a world that revolves around you too. Mercy Health. Healthcare for the universe of you.